Yo, what's up, Starkies? You're tuned in to Starky Stories, the realest spot on YouTube where stories hit harder than real life. I'm your host, Chrome Starks, bringing you wild tales, street legends, urban thrillers, stories to keep you locked in, whether it's truth, fiction, or something in between. You never know what you will get, but trust me, it's always worth it. So hit that like, smash that subscribe, and get ready to tap in with the vibes. Welcome to Starky Stories, where every story got Stark in it. Let's go. No way out. It started with a whisper, not even a loud one, just the kind that dances down hallways and hits you in the back like a slap. I heard my name, saw the way people looked at me, eyes sharp like blades. Then I saw Marcus, the one dude I thought had my back, shake his head and walk right past me like I was invisible. That's when I knew. Somebody snitched and everybody thought it was me. I tried to ignore it, tried to focus in Miss Timmons' class, but every laugh behind me felt like it was aimed at the back of my neck. Every message on my phone was dry if it came at all. Know what's good. From Jamel, know you hoopin' after school. From Dre, just silence. That kind of silence gets loud real fast. Here's the truth. I did see Devon jump that freshman behind the gym last Friday. He didn't just take his phone. He shoved him so hard the kid cracked his head on the bricks. I remember thinking, man, he could have killed him. But Devon laughed like it was nothing, walked off like he just stepped on an ant. And yeah, I told Coach Brown I wasn't even planning to. But Coach caught me outside and said, Terrell, I know you saw something. Don't let fear speak louder than your conscience. That hit me. Coach had always looked out for me ever since my pops left. He gave me rides after practice, helped me with college stuff, so I told him, quietly, thought it would just stay between us. But it didn't. By Monday morning, everybody knew. Devon came up to me in the cafeteria with two of his boys. Eyes hard, fists clenched. You think running your mouth makes you a man, he said, loud enough for the whole lunchroom to hear. I didn't say anything. I lied, voice low. He leaned in close. This ain't over. My stomach twisted like I'd swallowed bricks. I barely touched my food that day. Jamal stopped replying to my texts. Dre said his mum didn't want him in drama. Even Keisha, the girl I'd been trying to get with since sophomore year, unfollowed me. I felt like I was drowning and nobody was throwing a rope. I kept my head down at school, avoided eye contact. I walked the long way home just to dodge Devon and his boys. But no matter how far I went, the fear followed me like my own shadow. That fear turned into anger. Anger that I was paying the price for doing the right thing. That nobody cared what was true, only what was popular. One afternoon, I stayed behind in Mr. Taylor's English class, pretending to work on my essay. You okay, Terrell? He asked, his voice quiet like he knew I wasn't. I nodded. Yeah. Just people acting funny lately. He paused, then sat on the desk next to mine. Let me guess, you stood up for something, and now you're catching heat. I looked up, surprised. How'd you know? He smiled a little. Because I've been there. You know how many times I lost friends because I wouldn't go along with the crowd. I didn't say anything. You know what's harder than being brave once? He asked. What? Being brave again, every day. Especially when it feels like no one's with you. I tried to be brave. I really did. But on Thursday, Devon and his boys caught me outside the corner store. I should have run, but I was tired of running, so I stood there. "What's up, hero?" Devon said, cracking his knuckles. "You gonna hit me?" I asked, my voice steady, even though my heart was bouncing off my ribs. He smirked. "Nah, not here, not now, but I see you again, and it's on." Then he walked off, like he'd just signed a death warrant with my name on it. That night, I sat at the kitchen table, barely touching my food. Mum noticed. "You good, baby?" she asked. "I did the right thing," I said quietly. "But now everybody hates me. Feels like there's no way out." She came over, wrapped her arms around my shoulders. "You want easy. Easy gets you nowhere. But you want respect, the kind that lasts, that comes from doing the right thing, even when it's hard." I nodded, but it didn't make the fear go away. The next day, I found a note in my locker. It just said, "I saw what happened to you weren't alone. Don't quit." No name, that was it. But that little piece of paper lit something inside me. I wasn't completely alone. Someone had my back even if I didn't know who. The next week, the school held a student meeting about safety. Coach Brown invited me to speak. I didn't want to. I almost said no. But then I remembered Mr. Taylor's words, being brave again, so I stepped up to the mic, hands shaking. I told the truth, and people hated me for it, I said. But if I stayed silent, I would have hated myself. The room got quiet. Real quiet. I didn't want to be a snitch. I wanted to be a man. There's a difference. After that, something changed. Not overnight, but slowly. Jamal came up to me after and said, "Yo, ... I respect that, bro." A week later, Devon got suspended. Someone else came forward, backed up my story. People started talking to me again. Not everyone, but enough. And I realized being brave wasn't about winning fights. It was about not letting fear win. So yeah, maybe I lost some friends. Maybe I made some enemies. But I found myself, and that was worth it. Thanks for watching this episode of Starky Stories, Bluford Series edition. If that story hit home, you're not alone. Real choices, real struggles, real life. That's what we're all about. Drop a comment below. Let us know, have you ever been in a situation like Terrell's? What would you have done? And what kind of story do you want to see next? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a new chapter. Until next time, stay real, stay strong, stay Starky.